had one of the wildest games of the weekend, the Chargers and the Jags. An historic comeback by the Jags after Trevor Lawrence threw four first half picks. Do you think that game was more about the Jags' historic comeback or the Chargers selling that game?
That's that. Damn, it is a tough one. So I mean, we got to give props up to Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he had probably the worst half of playoff football in history for a quarterback, and then to follow it up with one of the greatest halves in football, that shows pure resilience by that kid. So
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of praise and respect for staying the course. Basically, he stayed the course. He didn't get down on himself, and he showed that I mean, the man hasn't lost on a Saturday ever. So at the end of the day, it's like, did we expect Trevor Lawrence to fold in that moment? Yeah. I mean, four picks in the first half, but for him to come out and play like that, hey, hats off to him. But this shit is on Brandon Staley and the goddamn Los Angeles Chargers. That has to be the worst coached half in NFL history. They went up 27-7 into the half. They were up 27-0. Uh, and I'm done. I'm at the beginning of the season. You gave me all this Justin Herbert bullshit. No, I don't want to hear it. He's mediocre at this point. He's a mid-tier quarterback. So you're come on, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that shit against a Pat Mahomes. You can't do that shit against a Tom Brady. That doesn't happen. So Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he gets a lot of credit and praise, but I mean, this shit has to go on the Chargers. Like, how do you fold like that? Wild card game. You have a team that's been fighting for their life since they played the Titans 3 weeks ago. Every game has could have been their last. So again, hats off to the Jags. They played a hell of a game in the second half, but I mean that shit has to go on the Chargers, bro. What you got?
Yeah, like you said, definitely shout out to the Jags because at halftime, I mean, everybody in the world thought that game was over. Trevor Lawrence looked like he was gonna flame out, and I think this is just a microcosm of how their season has gone. It's been up and down, but they kept fighting, and somehow they won the division. Like beginning of the season, they were not looking like they were gonna win that division. They somehow won it, and it's been kind of like how they're just a resilient team, and they proved that in that game. They did not give up. They came back and made the greatest NFL playoff comeback of all time. But I have to agree with you, Los. That is all on the Chargers. You do not let a team come back. You do not lose that game. It's just you don't lose that game. When you have that lead, when the other team's quarterback is looking that shaky, you don't lose that game. And I think that the Chargers have to get rid of Staley. Like they cannot have him as their head coach because like you said, this is starting to make Herbert look worse and worse. And you're saying he's a mid-tier quarterback. I still think Justin Herbert has elite quarterback talent. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks that's in the NFL. But I think he needs a different coach. I think that Staley, his brand of coaching, he's supposed to be a defensive coach. That defense gave up all those points in the second half. His defense has been pretty bad all year. So I don't think that you can bring him back next year. I think that I don't know how they're feeling in that locker room. If I was a player on that team, that shit would have lost me. He would have lost the locker room on that game. How the fuck we lose that game? Where was the coaching changes? How the fuck do we give up all those points? I don't know. So I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna have to put this solely on the Chargers, on Brandon Staley, and I think that he should have lost his job yesterday. Like he should be out of there. He's not built to be a head coach. And when you have this much talent, the Chargers have a lot of talent. You have that much talent, you don't lose a game like that. You don't have an up and down season like this, and you don't have people questioning Justin Herbert, who has elite talent. So I think you got to get rid of Staley. I think this is falls solely on their shoulders.
Bro, before we go on to the next game, this elite talent thing, like, what are we talking about? The man threw 20, he threw 43 passes, 25 for 43, bro. One touchdown. What are we talking about? Like, seriously, what are we talking about? 43
Bro,
attempts, an elite quarterback with 43 attempts, and that's what you put up on the board. You can't get two touchdowns in the second half. This is an elite quarterback.
let me first tell you, my boy was missing Mike Williams. That's a key receiver out there. He was missing.
And hold on,
Okay.
why was he missing Mike Williams? Because Brandon Staley's dumbass kept him out there in a game that did not fucking matter.
Yes. Look, Brandon Staley is not the guy. I think this is where you need to focus your attention on. Staley. Get off the boy Herbert because he can't help it that the coach is a fucking nutbag, man. Justin Herbert, I just everything that he does. He has the arm talent. He can run. He's big, strong. He checks every box. He puts up great stats. He threw for 4,800 yards this year. Like the dude he's an animal, bro. He just needs better coaching. The fact that they have Austin Eckler, who's by all accounts, I think Austin Eckler, he's not, a top 5 back, but he's a great running back. He's an elite weapon because he can catch and he can run. And they run him like 13 times a game. And yes, Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, but you can't just put it all on his shoulders. Like if they would use the run more, I think it would make it easier for Justin Herbert in moments like this. But the fact that you're just letting him go out, even when you have the lead, he's still slinging the rock. How do you have a 27-point lead and your running back only runs it 13 times? That doesn't make any sense, Carlos. It makes no sense. So that falls a lot on Staley. I think if with a different coach, you'll get the best out of Herbert. I know you kind of done with Herbert, but bro, the proof is in the pudding, man. The no look, the cannon, the everything, bro. You see what the boy be doing. This ain't on him. This on Staley. That's
Hey
why
man,
I'm
I
dying on
can't.
that hill.
Hey,
Maybe I'm wrong.
2 seasons from now, we're gonna be talking about Herbert the way we're talking about Baker Mayfield, brother. But go ahead, let's
Oh
keep it
my
moving.
god.
Let's keep
Oh
it
my
moving.
god.
Let's keep it
When the
going.
fuck when the fuck is Baker Mayfield thrown for 5,000 yards and 38 touchdowns? He
You want
does
to talk?
that, then I
You want to talk about bad coaching and bad organizational moves? That man has experienced, and he's the quarterback in the NFL who's experienced the worst fucking organization and coaching in the league, and we want to shitbag him. So I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm not trying to hear all that. That's a conversation for another day. Yeah, you turned your Browns hat to the back because we don't want to know what it says in the front. Let's go ahead
nah,
and.
nah, but yeah, man, that was a crazy game, bro. I can't believe that I can't believe the Chargers gave up that lead. That was honestly astonishing to watch, and like the entire time that it was happening, I was just like, all the Chargers need is one fucking stop or one fucking score to put this shit away, and they got none of that. So that was a wild game.
It's been another one with your boys here on SSN. We appreciate y'all tuning in with your boy Los and Jo today.
If y'all new to our channel, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications because we dropping bangers all the time. We got the YouTube shorts going for y'all. Instagram, we popping up, man. TikTok, everything. So stay tapped in with us. We definitely giving away some merch. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers, look out for that. If you want to come chop it up with your boys, hit us up, DM us, let us know. We definitely willing to have any guests come on, chop it up about some sports. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us, man. Hey, it's been another one with your boys here on SSN, man. Just like that.
Hey,
We out.
we out.